Yeah, welcome back to New Day. We are going to discuss sports now. And of course, we're focusing on the first Capital Plus Premier League this morning. And yeah, you know, I'm always brimming with so many smiles when Kotoko and Hearts lose. Yes, any team that beats these two, I'm in love with them. So Wow Stars is my team of the week. Right, in the studio, two journalists, sports journalists, Jerome Ochre. He's a Kotoko fan, by the way. Nathan Kwao from City FM. Good to see both of you.
Thank you.
What happened to Kotoko?
We lost.
Yeah, I mean, what went wrong?
Well, I think these things happen. I mean, football teams.
But you could have just won the league that day.
We
right?
could. Just the same way we could have won against Interlights than picking the title. I am worried because I think that the defeats are becoming too much. In the last 5 matches, we've won only once, drawn twice, and lost twice. And that's
good news.
Yeah, that's not proper. I don't see how that is good news.
It's good news for people like
I feel that we really have to sit up. And maybe some of our guys are not aware. Heart of Lions have 4 games left. We have 3. And they are second. The difference between us and them is 10 points. Assuming they are to win all the 4 matches, that would be 12 points. And if we are also to win all the 3, that would be 9. The way we are going, there's a likelihood that we could slip again. And if we should slip, I mean, I'm just being real. I mean, fans out there should not think I am trying to say Kotoko will lose the title. But the reality is that if we are not careful, we'll slip, and that would be disastrous. Especially when we are playing at Dubiasi, Hatsufuk, and Ediana. These are teams that, I mean, even when things are normal, we lose against them. This is the realist point of view. And
but what exactly is the problem in the team?
I think we are not getting things right on the pitch, because I watched our game against Interlights and it was bad. I didn't see that Kotoko team, which at the start of the competition was creating chances and scoring and winning and winning. We won 6 or so matches on the trot. We've not given an indication that we still have that strength, and that is the critical problem. Some of our attackers who were scoring have not scored. Until last Wednesday, Bansi had not scored in 6 games. And when your lead attacker plays 6 matches and doesn't score, it tells you that there's something wrong. But I mean, it happens in football. Nowhere else.
Yeah, Nathan will know better that it does happen in football, considering where he finds himself this season. Yes, he knows. You watched or you paid attention to Kotoko, Wow All Stars, and realized how they just let it go.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
did. They had chances. They dominated. I remember speaking to the Wow Stars CEO, Udruni. I think he was telling me after the game. I followed the game, but he was saying that he was shocked that Kotoko, they dominated. They missed a penalty at a point when they could have taken the lead, and it didn't happen. Wow Stars took their chances. They had 3-4 chances, and they took 3 of them. They won by 3-1. But it's surprising how Kotoko are going. I totally agree with Jerome if he says that if they don't put some seriousness into at least 2 of the 3 games left, it could start turning uncomfortable. They need, I think, one more win really to wrap things up.
Or even a draw.
Or even a draw. Just focus, get those points, and
that won't happen.
I think
that win or draw won't happen.
I disagree.
They will lose. Yeah, you think?
I think they will close it out.
Yeah, they need to play Hearts of Oak as well.
Yes, that's on match day 28, I think. Match day 29 is the last.
Yeah, that's the penultimate game. Right. It should be a very interesting game. But do you see things turning around for the Premier League, considering that we have a sponsor now?
Possibly. I speak to a lot of the clubs on a daily basis, and they tell me at least we have some money. So on that aspect, we are scoring okay. But for the Premier League to be lifted, it will take a concerted effort on all fronts. The football must be good. Because if I tune in to watch games, or if I go to the match venue, I don't have to be bored. It should be entertaining enough for me to keep coming or keep watching.
So what we're seeing now is not entertaining?
No, it's not too entertaining. I must admit. You watch games and it's not fun. First half ends with no clear-cut patterns, no chances, nothing. We don't have a lot of high-scoring games. You don't find teams playing to set patterns, and it all boils down to, and that's a larger debate, what kind of football we play, but that's a debate for another day. Aside that, you want security at the match venue. I should leave my house and go and sit in Accra and know that after 90 minutes I'll go back home in one piece. I should not be afraid to go watch games, but because there's no security.
But I thought security had improved.
Well, it had, but every now and then you have things happening.
Skirmishes here.
Jerome is a witness. Kotoko are under a ban because of fan disobedience, to put it mildly, when they play
that
Heart of
4-match
Lions.
ban. That should have been 10.
Well,
It's not even 4 match. I think what the FA has done is to shut the stadium down until the disciplinary committee determines the exactly what happened, and then maybe prefer punishment against us. But security, I keep saying that most of our league centers are not safe. Even the more modern stadia, or let's say the modern stadia, as we want to call it, it's not safe. If you play in Kumasi and you have referees beaten, you have referees chased,
and that's a ground that's enclosed.
Yes.
Then you must accept that there's a problem with security in our game. If you play in Accra, and last Sunday, a journalist was punched by a police officer. I mean, yes, I was an eyewitness. The guy was wounded. You could see blood on his face. And I'm saying that if people who are supposed to protect us will rather harm us at a football venue, you don't encourage anybody sitting in his home or wherever he is to come to the stadium. So security, they are doing so much. I mean, we have to pat them on the back and accept that something is being done. But I think a lot more has to be done to ensure. There are even club managers. I heard Grusa saying some time ago that he would never travel to Doma to watch even a game involving his own club. And if you have a club chairman saying that he cannot visit the league center because of his security, it tells you that there's something wrong. Grusa might have said something that perhaps offended fans there, but there's no justification to threaten violence. Some weeks ago, Hearts fans in Brekum were also threatening their own managers not to set foot in Brown Hartford region. Even though Hearts went, nothing happened. But I'm saying that people do not feel any sense that we shouldn't go to the stadium and misbehave. And I have said that, finally, until we begin to arrest hooligans at the stadium, these things will go on.
It was the next question I was going to ask, because I remember in that incident where the referee was beaten to death, of course the report came out that it wasn't really about the beating, it wasn't the cause of his death. But nobody has been arrested. And that's another division. In the Premier League, where we see you have made an instance where a journalist was punched in the face. 3 weeks ago, 2 friends of mine went to the Kumasi Sports Stadium to watch it. They are huge fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And I think they said 1 or 2 things about the team, and it wasn't taken lightly. They were not attacked physically, but the abuses. How do we get people to understand that indeed it is a game of football? You can just go to the stadium, watch your game, and go back quietly without really hurting other people. I think we've been talking a lot, but do you see people's attitudes changing? And what kind of role or what kind of collaboration do you expect between the GFA and the police? I
remember asking this question to the GFA spokesperson, Ibrahim Sanida, and he was telling me that, he admits that there's a lot to be done, but he says they have a good working relationship with the police. The truth is this: if I'm a fan and I go watch my team and the referee gives a few bad calls, I, the fan, I'd be hurt, but I'd walk away. But if I have my club chairman coming on there and saying that, you know what, the next time you have such a referee, let's attack him, let's beat him up, let's do this, let's do that. What are you doing? And a lot of the fans
the chairman will not be punished.
A lot of the fans buy into what their chairman tell them, because they take it as the truth and as the gospel truth, and so they follow. And we've had situations where referees have been attacked and club chairmen have said all sorts of weird things. Nothing has been done. Even when people have been arrested, we find the same club chairmen and club officials going to the police stations to bail them out. And I've heard it on countless occasions. Why would the fan not feel that if I misbehave, I'll be bailed anyway? Because if I call my club chairman, and the clubs know that this particular fan is noted, but never ever have they told the police, you know what, keep an eye on this guy, or don't let him, something of that sort.
So who's not getting it right?
Everybody's not getting it right. I think that there are not enough stringent punishments from the governing body, and I expect them to be tougher. The police themselves are not, I won't say they are not doing enough. Okay, maybe they aren't, because the match venues don't have a lot of policemen. I'll tell you what, there was a game in Kumasi involving King Faisal and Lions, the one that had Kwame Boahin almost dying. Remember that game where he passed out? There was no medical officer there, no ambulance, no police person. Why? Because everybody had been sent to Accra to supervise the Hearts Kotoko game. So imagine if one game can suck away all the policemen, the other grounds are left to the mercy of anybody who decides to take the law into their own hands. So everybody must do their bit. Club chairman must educate their fans to know that it's just a game. We will win, lose or draw. Yeah. When it happens, forget about it. And the fans should also understand it's a game. That's.
But what's your I'll come to you. Okay, finish with that now.
There's this point that the head of security at the FA made earlier this week when I spoke to him, and his point was that even the stadia doesn't have these security cameras that you can easily identify supporters. But the problem I have with that argument is that if you take Kumasi, for instance, I have seen countless number of occasions where bottles are thrown from the VIP stand. And
VIP?
I'm telling you, whoever watches games in Kumasi will tell you that sometimes that's where...
I thought that was supposed to be decent.
But you see, that is a tag we've given to it. But the people who sit there do not show civility in their behavior.
And anyway, 50 cities
exactly.
Assuming security cameras are not able to capture people who sit there and what they do, in the event of those bottles being thrown, it is easy for the police. It should be easy for the police to go there and either stop the situation or arrest people.
Yeah.
So you see, the point is simple. Supporters will always misbehave if things do not go their favor. But the law enforcement agencies should deal with them. If we don't do that, we will keep educating. I don't believe in telling supporters not to behave.
Yeah.
Because in the end, they will do what you tell them not to do. But if 2-3 fans are arrested, prosecuted, found guilty and jailed, it will pump some sense into everybody's head that next time if I go to the stadium, if I throw a bottle, policeman will be present to arrest me. And maybe that will help the situation.
Okay. Before we go, what has been your impression so far of this season?
The second round has been exciting. The first one was very predictable. If you looked at how Kotoko started and how they dominated, you looked at how Inter Allies fumbled at the opposite end. The second round has been great because Inter Allies have gone, this 10-match unbeaten run. They've been absolutely great. Hearts have had their issues. They've gone in and out. Heart of Lions.
I hope they go out more.
they've appeared near the top 4 while Stars Dwarfs are at the bottom. So the second round has been good. And each match day, I'm always looking forward to the results because you don't know what will pop up next.
Yeah. That's amazing. Which team has impressed you most?
Inter Allies.
In
the second round, they've been amazing.
Yeah. And which team has disappointed you most? Please say Hearts and Kotoko.
I won't say Kotoko. I think they've done enough. But what they are going through is when you get to this point, it's very easy. You want to coast the season. Yeah. But Hearts and Kotoko have had issues. Very serious issues. And issues they should have seen coming the moment they gave that sack to David Duncan. Yeah. They should have seen this.
Was it a right decision?
It was a terrible one. And they are paying heavily for it.
Season impression?
Well, I think it's been good. I mean, like Nathan said, the first half of the season was very predictable. And I think the second half has also been predictable because from the way Kotoko took off, it was clear that we were going to dominate. And I don't remember the last time we started a competition like this. Kotoko dominated right from start to the end. Nothing is going to change. I think that Kotoko will win the league. Inter Allies, as he said, also have been very impressive. I mean, at the end of the first round, they had 11 points or so and were 15th or 16th on the table. The last time I checked, I think they were 10th or so, and that's really good. For Hearts of Oak, and I think they've been most disappointing, their problem was self-inflicted. I mean, they push it on themselves. The sacking of Coach Duncan was totally unnecessary. Polo has demonstrated.
I hear his nickname now is MP3.
I think
MP3 because 3 against was it? Which team was that? Recently he lost 3. Hazard, yes.
Polo.
So he's not MP3.
Polo has good knowledge of the game, but as a coach, he's totally incompetent. I mean, maybe people have been saying that he's good at the academy level. Perhaps we should give him that credit. But for managing top flight teams like Hearts of Oak, he's totally failed.
Some of these top flight jobs are so heavy. And I say that there are a few coaching jobs in football, like Real Madrid. AC Milan, and Liverpool, and Hearts of Oak and Kosovo. They are like drinking from poison cups. Because once you take that job, you must be prepared for
anything
and everything. And Mohamed Polo is experiencing. And after I think they lost to Wild Stars in Accra. And he granted that post-game interview and said there was no unity in the back room. I thought that was totally unnecessary, because what you do is you draw the attention to yourself and you allow the players to keep playing in a certain way that more or less does harm to your reputation. As Haas have said, he will leave at the end of the season. They will do very well without him. They bring in a new coach, but they must up their squad as well, because you must admit that they don't have too much quality. A few players are great, but if you lose to Hazakes and the Hazakes technical director tells you if you mark 2 of hard star players, they are done.
It means you don't have a team.
That's a huge signal.
Okay, thank you very much, Nathan Kwao from City FM, and Jerome Moche, who is a huge Kotoko fan. I don't like your team. I mean, I make no secret of it. Hearts and Kotoko. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for passing through the show this morning, and I hope that Heart of Lions will do me that honor and win all their games. And whoever is playing Kotoko, please just follow Wow Stars. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.